It's at a bereavement therapy group that meets on the southwest side of Chicago, far from her North Shore home, where Tina Nelson has found some measure of comfort and validation as she copes with her son's sudden and violent death. Grant Nelson was killed in May while driving for rideshare company Uber. A 16-year-old Chicago girl is accused of attacking him with a knife and a machete that authorities say she had just stolen from a Walmart in Skokie. Since July, Tina Nelson has been attending a support group for crime victims' families that's held each month at the Layton Criminal Court building in Chicago. Tina Nelson had experienced other losses in recent years. A sister-in-law died unexpectedly of a brain aneurysm. And just a month before Grant, another sister-in-law lost a torturous battle with cancer. But her son's death is a different sphere of experience, Tina Nelson said. You have to reconcile the fact that someone chose to take the life of your loved one, said Tina's daughter Alex Nelson, who also has been attending the bereavement group. It is not a freak accident or illness. It's that someone made a conscious choice, and that adds to the grieving process. You are not just mourning the person. You are trying to reconcile the feelings about the accused, whether it be forgiveness or anger. Tina and Alex Nelson spoke with the Tribune on December 4, what would have been Grant's 35th birthday, about how the family is coping. Tina Nelson describes how she finds herself daily longing to talk to him, particularly to tell him things she knows he'd find funny. She demonstrated how he would throw his head back when he laughed. He had the best laugh, she said. I miss his laugh. For Alex Nelson, life has been completely upended since her brother was killed. Alex had moved to California 8 months earlier. But after Grant's death, she wanted to be closer to her family and to be able to attend the court hearings for her brother's suspected killer, Eliza Wasney, so she moved back to Chicago. No one in California knew Grant, and returning to that life would be weird, Nelson said. I couldn't share my grief with anyone there. Besides the support group, she also credits Penny, the dog she adopted weeks before her move back to Chicago, with helping her manage her grief. She forced me to take her on walks, Alex Nelson said. And dogs are pure joy and happiness. What's compounded their grief, they both said, is the slow-moving legal process. Besides the criminal charges against Wasney, the Nelson family has also sued Walmart for not stopping the alleged theft. And unlike Wasney herself, who has missed several court hearings because of hospitalizations or the many disciplinary problems she's had in juvenile detention, Tina Nelson has attended every one of the hearings. Grant's death is an ongoing process, Alex Nelson said. Because we are involved in the legal process, we can't just move on. Confronting the first holiday season without Grant has been a particular challenge. This year, the family decided to eschew a traditional Thanksgiving dinner at their Wilmette home and instead dined at a downtown hotel. And even now, 7 months later, they encounter people who haven't heard the terrible news about Grant.